Stop farting.
Okay. All right. Let's just start this. Hello, I'm Sean Bailey,
And I'm Michael Heuer.
and this is a Much Ado About Anything, and it's our new podcast.
It's going to be good.
And this is very much a pilot episode, so it might not sound too good.
Yeah,
Or it might not be good.
it's going to be really good.
But
It's all about confidence.
basically, we're going to be drinking the entire time, and we're going to be talking about anything, hence the name Much Ado About Anything, which in modern day times, I guess would mean much fuss about anything.
Yeah. Well,
It doesn't mean much about anything. It means...
It's smart, though, because it's Shakespeare.
Yes,
So it's
and we're smart
instantly-
people.
So smart.
Yeah. We just got back from a Shakespeare play today.
It's true. I'm currently designing one. Midsummer Night's Dream. It's really great. Yeah. And Sean's operating. So
Yes.
I'm a sound person. It's really
So what
ironic
beer are
that-
we drinking right now?
We are drinking a New Belgium triple.
And yours is very foamy.
At the moment, the head is sort of,
It's got like...
it's like a lipstick tube coming out. It's like, I think my dog's done this, but a different way.
What? Is that like a dingleberry sticking out of his ass?
No, it's
Or-
like-
that is an image I don't really understand. So Michael, this is your first time at my apartment. What do you think?
It's very 70s.
I know, but that's what the building is. But I feel like I've done a good job of making it not 70. Look at my
Look at
modern bookshelf with modern text.
It's true. There's so much modern text.
The
No,
Quran,
it's
very
cozy.
modern, very modern.
That. I heard that was written a couple years back. But
Oh, and I got Edgar Allan Poe.
New York Times bestseller.
Yep. And I have hot words for the SAT.
All right. How'd that go?
I didn't take the SAT. I took the ACT, I think.
But you still got the hot words.
I got the hot words in there. I remember in high school, I got the metronomes on. I have my headphones on, and I'm like, what is that clicking? The metronome's on. Anyway, I was in high school, and that was one of our texts. And I remember every week we did a new chapter, and they had like 15 words. And I'll get it out actually right now.
I'll just comment where I'm from. We don't take the SAT typically. It's actually kind of out of fashion. We're ACT people.
Yeah, I think I took the ACT as well. I don't,
What'd you get on it?
I don't remember.
Want to compare results?
I got a 30.
Damn it.
What'd you get?
I was hungover. I got a 28.
Oh. I'm moving my stand. Okay. See, all these words, I remember not thinking they were really hard.
They're not.
But now I look back and I'm like, they're not. Well, actually, some of these are.
Like,
I don't
what?
even know
Try
these.
me. Try me.
Indifferent.
Yeah, to be indifferent, to not care.
that's not even, you don't even need to give that a definition nowadays.
No. Is there a word in there that's hard, though?
There's remote.
Nah, it's still not.
Listless.
Yeah, it's still not hard.
Okay, well, what is listless?
Listless? It means it cannot be listed.
Yeah, no. It means lacking interest in something.
Yeah, it shouldn't be listed. It's not on the list. I told you.
Oh,
that.
okay, all right. How about stolid?
Stolid? Use it in a sentence.
Or no, yeah, stolid. Carrie accepted her fate in stolid silence. Whatever emotions she felt remained hidden. And yes, I just made that sentence up. It wasn't in the book. No, I didn't. It
She
wasn't in the book.
was emotionless, to be
Lacking
kinda stoic.
emotion or not showing any emotion. Lacking emotion or not stoic.
Told you stoic. So, bam.
Well, actually, and then it says stoical.
Ha ha ha. Told you
That's
I'm
very
really
good.
smart. I got a 30.
See,
I got 32 on my reading
But yeah, no,
comprehension.
actually, there are some debacle. I mean, come on.
This podcast will be a debacle.
Adversity. Was I really learning the word adversity
What's adversity?
in high school? I hope not. I hope that was an easy one. For
What
me.
do people of minorities face?
Straight trifling, bro.
All right, straight.
That's straight trifling.
Oh, diversity.
Frugal. Please.
Oh, try me again.
You want another word?
Sure. I'm pretty bright. Some days.
I'll try to
Try to stump me.
Yeah, we're
Is,
gonna
is
have
this a new section called Stump the Michael?
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared for this. This isn't in my contract.
Captious.
Captious, use it in a sentence.
That's
That's not cheating,
okay.
okay?
John, do they do that? Okay, John used to be. Oh well, that okay. My English teacher, Miss Carr, quibbles over every word. She criticizes her students' writing with captious comments. Oh, see, that's a good one. That
Okay, so
doesn't
like
give you too much.
unnecessary comments, like really critical. Does it mean
Made
something?
for the sake of quarreling.
Yeah, they're like
Quibbling.
they're incendiary.
Or just for the sake of talking.
Just being a bitch. That's what they are. They just start fights. Quit being so captious, Sean. That's going into my vocabulary.
Captious.
Captious.
You're
Oh, you didn't have to be so
jerk.
captious about the length of my penis. I really would have appreciated you just to give it a compliment.
Yeah. Quagmire.
Oh,
Or
that's
Quagmire.
yeah. Well, quagmire. It's like a question. It's like a query, a confusing thing, isn't it? Like, oh, look at that quagmire.
A swampy ground bog mire.
Oh. I think
Or
it's
a difficult or troubling situation.
Yeah. I knew it as the second definition.
All right. Well, we'll revisit this great hot words for SAT text next week. I'm going to get another beer.
That's a good plan.
You talk to these people.
Talk to you? Okay. Sorry if I use any naughty language. You know, I bought beer, and Sean is bailing on it to go grab.
I don't necessarily.
He's bailing on it to go get a Guinness from the fridge, which I get, because, I mean, Guinness is really tasty. Oh, he even brought a glass. He's doing it properly.
Because you don't drink Guinness from anything else.
I drink it from a shoe.
I'm a predictable person.
I drink it from a boot.
Wait, I can't pour it on the couch. I need to pour it on a flat surface.
Oh my gosh, wow. You're doing it like super classy. Has to be on a flat surface. If it doesn't
I'm going to make sure you can see this.
if it doesn't make the waterfall, you gotta throw it away. Oh my, did you hear that open though?
Stand back.
It went pew.
Let it sit.
Alright, Sean's
45-degree
teaching.
angle.
Whoa. It's a very
And
precise.
I've actually not been doing very well at pouring lately.
Sean's not doing a good job pouring, but he's gonna go to 45-degree angle, then he's gonna have to stop to let it settle, and then you dump the rest of it in.
No, actually, when it comes from the can,
Oh.
you do it continuously.
Oh, I did not know that. See, I learned. So you don't do it continuous.
But you're going to notice that this doesn't end up with that great of a head.
Well, no, there's no room. But anyway, okay. So if you couldn't hear Sean, when you oh wow, it is waterfalling. Sorry, when you pour a Guinness from a can, you have to keep it continuous. You don't do that thing at the bar where they stop to let it settle and then they continue to just dump it into the cup. You have to stop it, but it is actually waterfalling. It looks good.
Yeah, but the head on it isn't that good.
The head's not good though. I mean, and when there's not good head, nobody's happy.
No.
All right.
Okay, so what's been on your mind?
It's been on my mind. All right. So today, when I was on Facebook, like this was like no surprise at all that this would happen eventually. But Snapchat got hacked.
Oh, good.
And the way it worked is that they were.
I hope they saw some of my Snapchats.
I know too.
Uh-huh.
Like all they would have saw from me was dick pics, but or like pictures of poop. But
I would like to point out that I just implied that. And then Michael just straight up said it. That's probably what's going to happen on this podcast.
Sorry, I'm very upfront. But anyway, so they had external like websites that you would log into, and it would like sync up with your phone, and it would make it so that your photos could go online, like you could access them. It would save them. But the thing people didn't know was that it was logging the photos in like a database.
Well, that would be what would happen if you put it online.
I know, right? But like Snapchat itself did not get hacked, but it's like a malware kind of thing that's like copying it and like moving it around. I'm totally probably misunderstanding that, but like anyway, essentially that's what it seemed to say. And I was just like, well, shoot. Who didn't see that coming? Like, yeah, it's up.
I don't know. Yeah, I've heard that all Snapchat pictures are still out there somewhere.
I would think they are. Like anything you take a picture of,
Maybe even on your phone, like
it's still within it.
yeah.
Well, okay, fun fact. So I worked in the insurance industry.
That is fun. That is a fun fact. Anyway, moving on. Just kidding.
No. Okay, so the truth is, printers, anything you print, everything you print on a printer gets saved to an internal hard drive kind of thing in the printer. So like when insurance companies,
Why?
I don't know. This is what they told me. Anyway, they have to dispose of the printer in a specific way so that the hard drive gets destroyed. Otherwise, people can like access the information somehow. I don't know if it's like a permanent thing. I think it's like a buffer kind of like thing. That's my guess. It's a buffer kind of like hard drive thing where it like captures only so much, but you could still get really personal information and like access it. Much like Snapchat, where like clearly everyone's just stocking up on pictures of like.
So is that the
food.
case with like my domestic printer?
Supposedly.
Okay.
I find it hard to believe, but like supposedly.
Interesting.
You don't seem that interested, Joe.
Well, I'm trying to think what it would be for.
Well, like if someone wanted to steal your credit card information, like if you print it off.
Well, no, that's not why they.
Oh, like you mean why it would exist?
Why would they have that hard drive on the printer?
It's a conspiracy, clearly. Clearly a conspiracy.
Well, yeah, this should also be we should always have a conspiracy on our show at some point.
Yes, introduce the conspiracy.
Speaking of Snapchat, I just got 3. It's probably the most time I've ever gotten in a single day. Anyway.
Are there any dick pics? Can I see?
No, because they're all from girls.
Oh, man.
Damn it.
Gross.
You're going to need to speak up, or I'm going to need to turn you up.
Gross.
Okay, all right.
Just compress me. But yeah, so like, how do you kind of feel like about the idea that you can, I don't know, take pictures of something where you're getting the impression that it's not permanent?
Well,
but your information's totally like.
See, that doesn't really that doesn't cross my mind because everything I send isn't something I'd mind. It completes. I mean, it's. I
neither. Mind. I mean, I'm okay if people so that's like see my dangle,
and that's why I'm not like bothered by the NSA spying on me, because whoever's got the job of spying on me,
I feel sorry for them.
They've got the most boring job in the world.
Are you kidding me? They've got the most interesting job in the world with me. I don't know. I'm doing some pretty interesting stuff online, like writing.
Oh, online. I meant just like day-to-day stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, if they're watching my day-to-day life, they'd be like, that dude's fucking boring.
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant. But I guess online, I don't know.
Like every site you look at. Because everything you access.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't mean to access it.
Yes.
Who knew what Donkey Show meant?
Donkey Show. Yeah. Yeah, you actually told me about that.
No, I mean, I don't watch donkey shows. It's just like when you're in middle school and you're a boy, like that sometimes happens that your friends are just like, look at this disgusting thing that I found.
Yes.
And you're like, why did you just show me that? I think I'm traumatized. I don't really know. I might be.
I don't think you were traumatized. I think you were
intrigued.
You had a.
It was a pivotal,
life-changing moment.
Yes, that was the turning point.
Okay, so here's something. So, okay, we're theater students. I don't think we've mentioned that.
Most days.
Yeah. And so you are in the collab, and you guys are talking a lot about Chekhov this year, right?
Yeah. I mean, well, not collab.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just in a personal class without, like...
Yeah. Okay, so did you know that Chekhov, when he died in Germany, was sent on a train in like an ice box back to Russia, and it was labeled 4 oysters.
No, it was 4 oysters?
Well, it was in a box.
An oyster box.
Or 4 oysters, whatever 4 oysters means. But his body was in an ice box.
That's so gross. But I mean, it makes sense.
It was labeled 4 oysters, and I was wondering why would that be?
Because oysters need to be chilled.
Were they trying to hide his body?
Probably. They didn't want a conspiracy to happen. They didn't want the Irish to take his body and go like flay it. I don't know. I have no idea. No,
So that's something you can bring up and impress everybody.
I know. I'm going to totally bring that up in class and be like, sup, professor? Did you know? He's going to be like, yeah, I totally knew about that. You're dumb.
Yeah, and then you can just blame it on me.
I usually do that. Anything that anyone judges me for, I just say, well, Sean said it, so.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, what else?
What else
is on your mind?
Okay, here's what's on my mind. And we were just kind of talking about this before we started. You're an agnostic. And I mentioned to you that
yes.
I'm an agnostic. I always consider myself an agnostic Christian.
And that is contradictory.
A little bit. It's let me explain it. So okay. Agnostic Christian. So agnostic means really that you don't know. You just don't know. You kind of accept the fact that you don't know. You don't know if there is a God. You can't prove that there is, but you can't prove that there isn't. So I embrace that.
Yep.
But I'm like, I still want there to be something. So I just personally choose a construct of like, I want Christianity to be my construct.
So you want, if there is a God,
yeah,
you are on the side of, or not necessarily the side of, you're wanting a Christian God.
I'm just
that is the most attractive God to you.
I view it more so as I'm going to phrase it as there's a Christian God. Like, I think it could totally be that it's Buddhist. It could totally be Hindu. It's kind of like what the Pope said this year, where he's like, all religions are kind of right. Because they are so similar in many ways.
Yeah, that's why I have the Quran.
Well, I figured when I saw that, I was like,
Quran, it is the first half of it, at least. That first, the first few chapters or whatever.
Or the
that's
Bible.
What they call them, right? Yes, exactly the same.
I know they are.
And even...
There's a reason for that. It comes down to somebody has an illegitimate son. And then somebody has a legitimate son. It's like at Abraham, I think that it splits, right?
No idea. I forgot.
Oh well, I went to a private Catholic college.
Well, I went to a private Catholic college or high school, and for 2 years, and then I got asked to leave because I was just
too awesome.
I was too forward thinking for them.
Oh, really? That was the reason?
They couldn't handle my way of thinking. That's
too much. Too much truth.
Actually, they probably, yeah. Anyway, let's not go into that.
Too handsome.
But, yeah, I did awful in thespian class. Not thespian class. What is it? Theology class.
Theology.
Class.
Well,
oh, my God.
Theater, theology.
Thespian.
There's a beer involved.
Theology.
Yes.
I did awful in my theology class. I absolutely hated it.
I loved mine.
See, I know, but I hated a lot of things back then.
It's fair, but like ironically, I went to a Catholic private college, and I had a very level-headed nun who taught me religion, and like we read the entire Bible. It was really interesting to read the entire book, and then she pointed out like all the flaws.
Yeah,
I
learned of a new flaw in the Bible. It's probably not one of the more interesting flaws, but it's interesting to me because it. Anyway, the first camels were introduced in Palestine area.
Okay.
Like at 918 BC, which is like centuries before like what the Bible said.
Yeah, the first camel though. Like I'm trying to imagine camels evolving right now.
Well, no, because camels were not even. No, actually, sorry, not the first camel, but the first domesticization of camels.
Okay,
was first now been basically proven to be in like 918 BC, where the Bible would say that it was much before then.
Yes. Oh wow, really?
Before then, yeah.
That's interesting.
And actually, most of the camels in the Middle East right now aren't even from the Middle East, and the camel is not really a Middle Eastern animal.
Are they from Asia?
They're from Australia.
What?
Yeah.
The fuck?
They've been imported from Australia, and now they're almost like gone in Australia. So now, basically, they are a Middle Eastern.
That is insanely. I had no idea. Intriguing. You learn something new every day.
Yes. Maybe that's what this is going to be about.
Learning new things. I hope so.
Yes, while
I could use knowledge,
Anyway, yeah. So, what were you gonna say
about
the? So you're the Christian,
I just choose to put it in that construct. I'm not saying that like a
right?
Buddhist is wrong, but like at the same time, if someone were to ever argue with me about my religion, I'd be like, well, I really don't know.
Yeah. Well, I
There
mean,
might
who
be.
does?
Nobody does. That's why I say I'm an agnostic Christian. There could be, there couldn't be. You can't prove that there isn't. You can't prove that there is.
There's a guy that I was talking to,
And I think that's fun.
and he said he was an apathetic agnostic, which means he doesn't know and he doesn't care.
Well, that makes sense. I feel like that semi goes hand in hand. If you were to be straight up.
Yeah. See, I don't know.
I'm up for like, okay, just recently I got introduced to like the reincarnation thing where like you when you get reincarnated, it's actually so that you have to go through that life to learn the lesson you're going to learn. And I'd never heard it phrased that way. I always thought like reincarnation, like you sucked in life, so you're going to be a poop fly because you sucked in life. But no, the idea is that if you don't learn the lessons you're supposed to learn during your life, you have to get reincarnated as something that you're going to learn the lesson. So I thought that was really cool because like if you go through adversity in life, you didn't learn that lesson in your last life.
I know, but what I don't understand is that you don't even remember your last life because apparently then we would have our last we would have had our last life.
You learned the lessons you needed to, so you don't need to remember it. Which I needed to learn a lot of lessons apparently, so I guess sweet.
So the people who seemingly have life figured out
learned
are people who have in their past life, even though they don't know it, that they learned it in last life. It's why they know it or came so easily to know it now.
Yeah, I think that's the idea.
That is interesting. I kind of like that.
I do too, because like it makes me feel comfortable that like if I go through strife, it's because I need to.
Yes.
Which that's kind of comforting in a weird way. So when things get rough, it's like, but I need to learn this.
I would love to come back as like a different animal. That's
like
really what I care about. I don't care about this whole
what do you want to be?
Bullshit.
What do you want to be?
Dude, I don't know. Anything really. You know, we're gonna have to edit this out.
We're not
God damn it, I can't remember the name of it.
Describe it.
Oh no, because fuck. I can't remember his name. I'm so mad at myself because
you come back as a person.
I've written it down in my journal.
You'd come back as a person.
No.
Okay.
Oh, that's it. Yes, human.
Oh, I'd be a human again.
God damn it. Oh, this is gonna bother me. Why? Anyway, it's a monkey in the Amazon. It's a monkey in the Amazon.
Okay.
That constantly has an erection. And they're known like by the local people as
the boner monkey.
They're like they got the big they got big noses.
Oh, it's that one?
Yeah. Oh,
there's a famous picture of one of those in like National Geographic. There's a giant fucking
I'm sure
nose.
there is. And
they have an erection all the time.
And they're fat, they're pale, they got big noses, and they have erections all the time.
It's because their nose are balls.
Yes, and what? Anyway, they're known like in the local area as Wanyet Arunputi, which means white man monkey, which I think is great.
Are they trying to say that like white men have boners all the time?
Well, they're fat and they're ugly, basically.
Well, that makes sense.
And they're lazy. They're very lazy.
Again, it's still making sense.
And yeah, I think maybe I'd like to come back as
one of those.
I can't believe I can't remember the name of the monkey.
Oh God, I'm trying to think what I'd come back as. That's tough. I always thought a dog, but like I'd have to be a dog in a nice family. But then again, I'd still get neglected, so I'd probably hate that.
Yeah, but I feel like the whole.
Can I just not come back? Can I just like be a fucking spirit
or an observer?
Yeah, like I think I'd dig that. Like, could I just be like
just observe things?
A sprite? Like just zip
Sprite, like the drink. That's gonna be short life.
No, like
By the way, speaking of Sprite, sorry, we'll come back to that.
Oh,
Sprite has been scientifically proven
to get boners.
Yes. Moving on. Okay. No, Sprite has been scientifically proven to cure hangovers.
What?
Yeah. Better than pretty much any other drink that they tested. They tested 500 drinks.
And like water was one of them?
Teas, water, smoothies with certain things.
How does the Sprite help?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's
I didn't
science,
read. I read the first paragraph of the article.
It's science.
Yeah.
Just don't question it.
And but it's not like the morning of the hangover thing. You actually have to drink it during your drinking. So, which is great for me because I like gin and tonic, so I could easily replace that with just gin and Sprite and no lime.
Terrible idea.
Why?
How dare you bastardize that classic drink?
Yeah, I know. I mean, but hey.
But hey, it would work, you know, and
Yeah.
get some high fructose corn syrup.
Anyway, you were saying
what I would be, hasn't it?
yes. Yeah, you were talking about how you'd be a Sprite.
I want to be like just I don't know, like a spirit that just hangs out and shit.
Spirit, okay.
Yeah, like a spirit, a Sprite.
Yeah.
Like I just
maybe that's what you actually become.
Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. I'm going through a pretty interesting life currently. So clearly I probably have some like lessons to learn yet. But like, you know, it should be cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, okay. So, Sean, when we go to bars,
or not bars, we go to the bar.
The bar, a bar.
We don't go to bars.
We have gone to a couple now. 3 total.
Which ones? We went to Rhythm and Booze, obviously.
Rhythm and Booze, and then we went to Harry's. Is that the name of it?
Oh, yeah. Well, that was in one night.
It counts.
Okay.
But anyway, so when we go to Piat's, if you've ever been curious,
the official bar of Much Ado About Anything. We probably shouldn't say that, but I mean, they might as well be.
It probably should be.
Yeah,
we go there a lot, the two of us. But I don't know why I had to clarify that. But anyway, so when we go there, you know, I occasionally try to like be your wingman and try and get a woman to talk to you and that kind of stuff. But picking up women at bars, it's still this thing that just kind of intrigues me. Because I don't think humanity gets closer to like being a lion or like a predator than just watching people at bars, like trying to like hook up.
That's kind of why I like Piat's, because it's a great place, even, you know, to just watch people.
Yeah, well, it's really interesting to me. I mean, I still like the technique of like, have you met so and so?
Yeah, see, I don't.
I do though.
I don't like that.
You don't like when I say, have you met John?
Well, I don't think that works.
I don't know.
Actually, no, when I did it.
Have you met Michael? She totally was interested.
Yes. Well, I don't know about that, but she was being nice at least.
She was at least acknowledgeable about it.
And then her friend.
Oh, cock black.
Of course, that whole thing lasted about 15 seconds.
It was a really long period of my life.
Have you met my friend Michael? She said, "Oh, Michael, hello." And then I don't know what you said.
Her friend swooped in like a hawk.
Yeah, and then we
gotta go.
And then they said we gotta go, and they went upstairs. That upstairs thing. That's what I don't like about Piat's. Is there's an upstairs.
There's a fucking.
It's a small place.
So it's a hawk nest.
It's a very small bar. And there's my AC kicking on. Not my AC, my heater.
Yeah.
Actually, no, we're in the. We're the, what's that? The Enterprise.
I was just going to say the Enterprise. That's exactly where we
just went into warp speed. Don't mind that.
We're going really fast.
Yeah. So at Piat's, it's a small bar.
It's not extra large.
But there's an upstairs. So if there are people upstairs, those girls were located upstairs.
Yes.
They came down to the bar.
They swooped down from their nest.
And then when they go back to the area, instead of going 10 feet away to their table, they went upstairs. And that's like...
They're gone.
We could have easily... yeah.
We could have pursued.
That makes it harder.
But like Sean and I are not predators. We're not. I've learned this. I don't think we're predators. I think we're just like two nice guys, and that happens to work against you a lot.
Yeah, I'm actually too nice. I took this Albanian girl home, And I literally just took her home.
Giggity.
And I said good night.
Have a good night.
Yeah. No, actually, no.
We talked about this a little bit.
Yeah, she was actually living in a hotel, and we went back to her hotel. And it was her last night in America after about a year. I think she was in America.
Sean could have been that guy.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, well, this is a perfect time. Like, obviously, it was gonna happen.
If.
And then we went up there, and I probably spent about 5 minutes there.
Hey, nice.
I don't even know what I said.
Hotel room. I really like the way your towels smell. How often do they change your sheets? That's cool.
Do you wear the robes? I love to wear the robes.
I've thought about it, but I always worry there's gonna be semen stains, and I just don't.
Yeah, and then I said, well, good night, and I just wonder, like, because she knew what was up. She knew what was happening.
Oh, she knew what she wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the jangling of the keys, just so you know, that means that I opened another drink, and Sean's still behind.
Well, Guinness is for enjoying. I'm going to get out the gin and tonic later.
Guinness is for pounding so fast. That's how I drink it.
No, I put it in my mouth and I take a good inhale from my nose.
Just to get the floral notes?
Yes.
I usually take a... through my nose, just I don't know, it's chocolate.
Snort cocaine at the same time.
You know, you gotta do a bump and tickle and just keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the kind of person I am. I really don't feel comfortable doing the one night stand because
that's fair. That makes you a respectable man.
It sucks though.
You're respectable.
Because I am just like every other man, and I want pleasure.
And in love.
But I'm too nice to even give it to myself. Or not.
What does that mean? That's golden. All right, so we're a couple drinks in. All right, cool.
That's not what I meant.
Or is it? Either way, you have to admit to masturbation or not. Sean does it, actually. He's a purist. He's like a whimsical flower.
My abs just got to work out from that laugh.
I'm so ripped.
Okay, what did I mean to say there? I meant to say I don't like. I'm too. Maybe it's just I don't know. I'm just too nice to, and I don't want to say I'm too nice because that just makes me sound like I'm praising myself. But
but you're a nice dude.
I'm too nice to take a girl home and have meaningless
sex, intercourse.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair. No, I and again, like I really do mean it. I think that's totally respectable.
I know, but yeah, and I mean, you know, I'd rather be that way than you know.
What are you saying, Sean?
I'm not. Do you think I'm trying to say something about you?
Are you judging me?
No, I didn't say anything about you.
I'm just kidding. I don't have that kind of luck.
No. And so I'd rather be the way it is now than me just being the kind of person that just
has herpes.
Yes, and goes hunting.
Well, I think literally hunting. I honestly think that's the biggest thing is like the hunting. Mm-hmm. Like I don't go. Okay, like if you know Kansas City, like I don't go to the Power and Light district because those dudes are fucking.
We live in Kansas City, by the way, for our international listeners,
compadres.
Yes,
but like okay, so like Power and Light, it's kind of a bro. And not to say that all bros are like this, they're not. But like, they're predators. They're fucking predators. Yeah. They're like, oh my god, look at this gazelle. I gotta pounce on the gazelle.
Yeah. And
they will like have strategies for it, and it's crazy. Like it's crazy. Instead of having like a legitimate connection with somebody.
That is, I mean, I think that's what it has made itself. And so Westport, kind of in the mid range of that,
kinda,
where you can get. On a Saturday night,
I avoid
At
there.
Westport, it's basically like Power and Light.
Yeah, I'd agree with
Except for a few places. Like everybody there in the back of their mind is thinking
that. Am
maybe
I
I'll
gonna
get
kill
lucky
it?
tonight
Yeah.
or I'm gonna try a new strategy tonight.
I don't have strategies.
No, that's probably why we don't go there. But I think on the weekdays,
Which is when we tend to go to the bar.
yeah, is at Westport. It's a great place. Like in during the day,
Yeah.
Westport is a great place. It's a very historical part of town. It's older than Kansas City itself.
It's very cool. It's where like you shipped off to go west.
Yeah, it really is it actually is the gateway to the west. St. Louis is a gateway to the east. Kansas City is a gateway to the west. And originally that was Westport, and then Kansas City was down by the river. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
History.
but Westport is a great place. But at night it's not as great.
Respectable.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. That makes sense.
But in the same way, like there's a lot of violence there as well, but not as bad as I remember 10 years ago. You weren't here 10 years ago.
I wasn't. I'm originally a South Dakotan. I'm admitting it.
Yeah. So do you guys have a power and light district down there? Or?
We're just lucky to have electricity.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, we're very empty state. Like, we don't have a lot of people. It's like 10 people per square mile.
Yeah.
Tops. Like, seriously, dude. Like, if you want to see the sky, it's like boom.
I know
sky.
that's something I'm going to Arizona.
You're gonna love it
in the winter, and
that makes it better.
So I'm really looking forward to because I'm visiting our friends actually. We won't say their names. Well, you just did. Yeah, I'm visiting them.
Really?
They
didn't invite me.
Well, it's because we kind of planned this like.
Yeah, it's because I ruined their wedding.
Well, you played music at their wedding.
I played music at their wedding, but then I found out that I was getting cheated on for like multiple months, and so I got blackout drunk one of the last nights. And
hey, that's what weddings are for. Really, if you're an invite at a wedding, it's unless you're the best man, which I DJ'd a wedding where the best man, who was also the groom's brother, who was the guy that was actually supposed to pay me, got like drunk and ended up at like the stairwell of American Royal, which was where it was at. And,
fancy.
Yeah, it was great, and it was the biggest DJ show I ever had. And no, not really, but yeah, the guy ended up like drunk in one of the stairwells, and they had to like search him just so I could get my money.
Whoops.
Yeah, and so yeah, if you're just a guest at the wedding, you can get not at the wedding. But at the party after, I think it's fine for you to get drunk. Because
maybe. I mean, like, I was good at the wedding. I was, like, on par, like, right on. But then, like, the next day, I found out I've been, like, getting... Sorry.
Because
it's going to get so dramatic. No, I was getting cheated on by this girl. And I lived with her, and, like, I was like, how the fuck, logistically, did you pull this off? So, like, I found that out, and I was, like, really bothered by it. So I got...
As you would be.
Well, I guess so. And they had an open bar that night, like totally free, open bar, drink what you want. And I just went to town. Like
As you would.
Well, yeah, clearly I was upset. And I went to town, and so I was just smoking tossed. And I went down for supper. And as we're sitting at supper, the boat was rocking. And I was like, I need to excuse myself from supper. So my roommate walked me back to the cabin, which, by the way, the cabins are actually pretty cozy.
Where was it?
We were in the Caribbean.
It was the cruise.
Yeah, it was on the cruise, and so
sorry, we're explaining our friend's wedding.
Yeah, well,
they might end up listening to this.
Well, hopefully, and I was pretty embarrassed, but. When I got back to the room, I told my friend that the wedding couple actually doesn't know that that's when I found out. They still don't. So hopefully now, hey,
maybe that
hey guys, maybe
now that they get a little explanation.
They
of why
might think I'm a little less of an asshole.
Was drunk at their wedding.
I was really drunk because they found out I'd been getting cheated on, and I treated this woman like gold. And yeah, so it was.
As you do, I've noticed that about you. You treat women like, well, maybe not gold, because gold is kind of like a thing where you're just like, my precious, but like a woman should be treated.
I try to, but I think that's just, I was raised where I was raised. And so, like, we're taught to, that's how you treat women. You treat them really well. And anyway, yeah, so she just kind of shit all over it. And so I got kind of smoke and tossed that night.
Yeah.
And I had to, I said it to my friend, as I was going to bed. I was like, dude, I got fucking...
Did you burp before?
Yeah.
I need another drink, but keep talking.
That was really authentic. But I was like, yeah, dude, I got cheated on. I'm a dumbass. Okay, the real irony, though, is that I took her back. Yeah. The girl that did it, was feeling terrible about it, and I gave her another shot. And this is one of my biggest lessons in life about giving second chances. And that's that they're rarely deserved. They really are.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes they do deserve it.
Sometimes.
Rarely, yeah.
That's why I say they're rarely deserved. A lot of times you want to believe in them and stuff, and that you're being a good person, and second chances are going to fix stuff, and they can promise that they're going to, but they don't always. I think I just proved that we're drinking on this show. What? Because I'm getting into past relationships. Sean said what, by the way?
Oh yeah, that is kind of a sign.
That might be a slight indication.
No, but I did the same thing. Where I just gave somebody a second chance where they probably shouldn't have had it. You don't want a gin and tonic, do you? Do you think they can hear me?
I don't know if they can hear it. Sean's offering me a gin and tonic. He apparently has done the same thing. I will take one, sir.
Okay, well, then we'll probably have to edit this part out.
No, we're not going to edit it out. We're just going to experience it. So Sean's making me a gin and tonic because he's learning information about me, so he feels bad for me, so he's making me a gin and tonic. No, I'm just kidding. He's making it because he's a nice guy.
Here, you need this.
I got to finish my beer first, but I'll do that really quick. But, yeah, so the lesson kind of is
there's going to be lessons on this podcast?
I guess there are lessons.
Oh my god, but it's free.
It is free. It's so free, but life lessons. So hopefully you don't have to go through them. Second chances are cool, life lessons with Michael and Sean. But anyway, second chances can be great, they can, and it's really sweet of you to offer them. But at the same time, about 8 times out of 10, I'm going to give this an 80%. You're going to get deuced. You're going to get deuced. People are what they are, and they're just going to be themselves. And if they screw you over once, they're probably going to do it again. Unless it really was a rarity, that they messed up. But it's probably going to... By the way, Sean's drinking Bombay as his, gin, and I think that's an excellent choice. I just wanted to announce that is what he's drinking.
Yeah.
So...
Been kept in the freezer.
It's been kept in the freezer. But anyway, so Bombay, if you're listening, which you're probably not, we would love for you to talk to us and either offer us a lawsuit or possibly, if you feel like sponsoring us, that'd be fantastic. But anyway, so people are...
I think they're going to be listening to this.
Why wouldn't they be? But anyway, people are interesting. And second chances are equally interesting. You're taking a gamble, so just know that if you ever go into it.
For all you kids listening.
For all you kids listening, all you 14-year-olds, you need real-life lessons, which you won't actually... you'll hear them, but then you'll just ignore them and make shitty decisions anyway.
I think I made those pretty strong. So
Good. Well, that's the only way I drink them, is really strong.
But then again, I don't apologize.
You shouldn't apologize.
Was it as strong... was it as strong as the... what was that drink you had at Harry's?
Oh my god, I had an old-fashioned at Harry's, and that thing was fucking smoking hot whiskey.
I don't even know how it ended up red.
Whiskey. It was just all whiskey. I think it really was. I think he saw me and he was like, you're an outstanding individual. Whiskey. Sean coughed because his drink was really strong.
Well, maybe I don't know. Yeah. Dang, I did make those strong. Sorry.
I'm gonna think they're weak. Back home, there's a bar called oh shit, Jim's Tap in Brookings, South Dakota, where the drink is really
the official bar
of Much Ado About Anything. No, it's not. But if they want to be, maybe. Anywho, the way they make their drink there is that they pour alcohol in it and then they add whatever the mixer is for color.
I think that's what they did at Harry's.
It's a dash. Like you just do
yours
dash.
ended up being that red color.
I know, it's just booze.
But it was just whiskey.
So I got home and I was like, was I a dick the last end of the night? I don't really. Did I say anything racist unintentionally? Probably.
No.
I don't know.
When would we have done that? I think we might have ditched that one guy. Which we'll go name. I mean, I know his name, but we're gonna keep it nameless. We're gonna try to keep names.
I don't think we
nameless.
ditched him. I think he got there on his own.
What?
He got there on his own. He drove himself there.
I know, but did he leave? I don't remember saying bye to him.
I don't think we said bye. I think we just disappeared.
Because he didn't leave. Did he leave before us?
No, I think he waited up for the other individual we were with.
Okay. So then we did kind of ditch. I mean, we didn't ditch him, but
it was an accident.
We left without saying goodbye.
We should have said good. Well, we'll see him again and we'll say goodbye.
Yeah. I don't.
And we'll say hello.
Yeah.
We'll pick up where we're supposed to.
Yeah.
This is getting totally off topic.
Yeah. Anyway, what were we talking about? What, Christianity or?
No, we're picking up women at bars, which led to Michael at a wedding getting too drunk.
Yeah.
And then those people possibly hitting him.
I think we're gonna be able to picking up girls at bars on future podcasts because I think that
continues to this day. Have you met Sean?
Yeah. Anyway, so let me tell you, or let me ask you, Michael, do you like girls in high heels?
Do I like girls in high heels? It depends. I can totally respect a girl in flats because that's cool. Like she just embraces.
Well, obviously, but
she embraces the comfort. But like a girl in high heels, like I like that it accentuates her calves. It makes her booty look nicer. Like I like high heels. And if she walks in them well, I have mixed feelings.
See, I dated a girl who did not know how to walk in high heels at all.
But that's a good thing. That means she's not a hoe.
What? She wasn't.
See, proved it.
But it was just funny to watch, which made it sort of enjoyable. But so anyway, I recently, actually, when I say recently, probably about a month ago, I learned the origin of
the high heel.
And
there's an origin story?
There's an origin of high heels.
Oh my god.
And they started out in Persia, which
the fuck? I wouldn't expect that. I was going to say France.
Well, yeah. So in Persia in the 1500s, but they were originally used as
torture devices.
They were originally worn by men.
Nice.
High heels were originally made for men.
That's why I walk so well in them.
Yeah. And and they were made to make, because back then, like, war was done on horseback, and if you could do well on horseback, stabbing people or whatever the hell they did.
Yeah.
Back then, but high heels were used to like give you better leverage on the horse, on the saddle.
No, that makes sense. Like,
or on the foot part of the
Yeah,
saddle.
because your foot would hook in.
And then they kind of wore them out, but not really. They were more.
They wore them out to the bars, and women really liked the cabs.
They came home from there. They went straight from war to the bar, and then they just left their high heels on.
And the girls were like, "Damn."
Yeah, no, actually, so what happened in 1599, Persia did like this huge European
survey.
They just surveyed everybody.
Okay, sorry.
And
drink break. Ooh, was that refreshing?
Anyway, they did a big like ambassadorial trip to Europe.
Yeah, kind of like Annie Oakley did.
Who the hell's Annie Oakley?
Really? You don't know who Annie Oakley is?
I don't know a lot of people.
Okay, so Annie Oakley was a trick shooter. She was a cowboy, and she's a trick shooter in the Old
I
West.
really would not know that.
Oh well, I'm from South Dakota. We have Deadwood. We're full of like cowboy lore. Aces and eights, man.
If I were to live in a time period, I would want to live
In the Old West?
Yeah, back in the
good chance of getting syphilis. I agree. I like it.
Yeah,
but
and I'd be one of those. Well, of course, everybody would want to be one of those badass cowboys that breaks the law to
you'd be an outlaw.
It.
Oh! You'd be a vigilante,
like John Marston.
You'd be a vigilante.
Yes.
But yeah, Annie Oakley, anyway, she popped around Europe. They like Buffalo Bill Cody, they'd go on like European tours and shit, and she did that.
So she was an act.
Yeah, she was an act, but she was like a cowboy act. She was like the best female shot in the West.
Did you know whips? That sounded like a whip. I wasn't doing a whip, but did you know whips? The reason they make that sound
because they break the speed of sound.
Yes. Yes,
I did know that.
That doesn't surprise me that you know that.
It's really cool, though.
Yeah, they don't because you would kind of think that it's because the end curves around and hits itself.
No,
but no, there's a tiny sonic boom at the end of it.
Yeah,
that's all because the speed, whatever speed your arm goes, that just like accumulates towards the end of it.
Like if you ever played Crack the Whip as a kid.
And so it just gets faster and faster. What's that word?
Accumulate.
Not linearly, but
exponentially.
Exponentially, yes.
Yeah. So I got the words.
Math,
I told you. Yeah, it goes crazy fast. So it goes. Whoosh.
Yeah.
But anyway, Annie Oakley, high heels, went to Europe.
So she did it in high heels?
No, well, maybe. I don't know. I hope so. I hope her booty was looking fine. But high heels went on an ambassadorial tour of Europe.
Yeah, and so they saw these high heels, and the rich people were like, "Wow, damn, I like those." And
damn, I like your booty.
So the rich men,
said,
the aristocratical men, said, "Yeah." And so
that makes sense because
Louis the 14th.
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Was because
they had heels.
Yeah, and he was only like 5'4", so
I'm taller.
It made him like 2 inches, 3 inches taller. And of course, it was the rich people that liked it because they never had to because back then the streets
they didn't have to work and be practical.
It would hard for the middle class people to walk around all day or at all in them. So it was very much a rich person thing. And then really it didn't become a huge women thing until the 40s.
Wow, really?
By women, I mean, well...
Like the 1940s?
No, like women as in the 60s.
But the 1940s is what you're saying.
1940s is when rich women really started that... I mean... By then, women it was no longer a man thing.
Yeah, that's so interesting though.
But women really started wearing them as like a fashion item, as something to make them look good for men.
Cool.
In the early 1900s, 1940s, maybe even.
No, it makes sense.
But in the 1960s, it became a thing where it was a statement of being a woman.
So
because that was kind of a time of power for women.
This is gonna be so appropriate when I swoop into our next topic.
Okay, great. Segue, man.
Segue.
And so the 60s became like a statement for women and every woman wanted to have their high heels because it just showed their womanhood. Yeah.
Makes sense. In that sense, Sean, what are your experiences with eyeliner?
Well, in middle
because I'm
school,
currently wearing some.
Yeah. Michael in the last week has gone to wearing eyeliner, and he walked in to
our recording class.
Yeah, and so he just walked in into the studio, and I said, I didn't say anything. I looked at him, and I was like.
Yep, Sean looked at me like a fucking monster.
No,
I didn't. Strange antiquity.
No, I was just like, well, there's Michael.
Doing his thing.
I did not, it didn't faze me whatsoever. I just saw the eyeliner. I was like, good man. All right, I like it. Because I really think eyeliner. I think eyeliner is going to be the male version of what high heels is for women. It started out for women, but because in the future, I think men will be wearing eyeliner.
Yes,
and makeup in general, and then women won't be.
True. Well, maybe.
So
but like my concern is that it's a little late because that movement happened for a little bit, when we had like Green Day and like Fall Out Boy, all that shit doing it. And I feel like I'm a little late on it.
Yeah, see, I was in middle school basically when I discovered Green Day. And that probably was the cause of I wore eyeliner.
Billy Joel Armstrong was like, "Hey, you should wear eyeliner."
Yeah, he came up to me one day.
On the street.
Yeah. And I was like, "So, what's up, Billy?" And
he's like, "Hey, brother."
Yeah. You want a guitar lesson? I was like, "No." He was like, "Yeah, Sean, you need to teach me to play guitar." Actually,
and you should wear eyeliner.
Yeah, and so I wore eyeliner a few times.
How'd it go?
And good God, like I did not go to the right middle school for that shit. Like,
where'd you get eyeliner as a middle school? Did you go near mom's like makeup cabinet?
No, my sister.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah, I asked for it.
I didn't have a sister.
Yeah,
you have a sister?
So you had to go and buy it, or you got it from your mom.
You have a sister?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I have an older sister, younger brother.
Oh, you're the middle.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Learning. Knowledge is power.
But yeah, I did
Do
not
they live in Kansas City?
What?
Sorry.
Yeah, my sister's in Columbia. She goes to MU.
She hot?
She's a pretty woman. She's a beautiful person.
Okay.
That's all you got. I love my sister.
You should. It's your sister. I love my brother. I have a brother.
So you live in Kansas City? Is he hot?
He doesn't live in Kansas City. He's a good-looking dude.
Yeah. And
yeah, that's right. He's cool. He does cool things.
He's got like a job and shit.
I'm the bastard child.
Well,
I'm the one that's doing nothing with his life. But on the upside, Sean's bathroom is like the most 1970s fucking piece of like architecture in the world.
Why?
Because you walk in, there's a little like tiny room that is just the washing your hands room. And then you go a little bit further, just barely further. And it's this tiny condensed like little, like the toilet's right next to the shower. You go in there, you can close doors like on the shower. It leads into his bedroom, but it is totally 1970s like technology. And it totally...
Technology? There's not any technology in there. It's just a
toilet
faucet in the shower.
Counts as technology.
Okay. Well, the problem I have with my bathroom...
It intrigues me.
Is that... I don't know if you noticed, but the door from the bathroom to the bedroom is very, very thin.
Narrow. Yeah.
And it's like a closet door.
Yeah, I know.
And what happens is I get, I wake up with morning wood.
And you need to get through the closet.
And I can't get through the door without hitting my junk against the trim.
Dude, you're way better off than I am.
Why, do you have a smaller door or something?
God, I only wish.
Anyway,
what my door is like throwing a beach ball down a...
Your door is like throwing a beach ball?
In many ways.
Okay. Yeah, so that's my only problem with basically this apartment. Other than the fact that your weird bathroom door furnace is like 2 freaking jet engines.
It is. It's really warm in here. Cozy.
But then you look at it, and it's literally 2 jet engines looking like they look like jet engines spitting flames out. There's nothing covering them, and then there's that like wimpy ass door covering the furnace, and I'm like, this place is gonna burn down.
All right, I'm gonna tie back real quick. So Sean made me that gin and tonic. I haven't tasted it yet.
Oh well, now it's got all watery and crap because the ice is melted.
No, I'm gonna taste it right now, and I'm gonna tell you how strong he made it. Because I finished my 3 beers, and Sean's totally behind. He's a wimp. There's 2 beers on the table. He had one of those, and then he bailed on it because he hated it.
I drank the whole thing.
I know you drank the whole thing, and then you didn't want it anymore.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like the triple?
No. I actually don't like really anything from New Belgium.
What? Sean doesn't like anything from New Belgium. 1554 is a delight. So, New Belgium, if you want to sponsor us, like, that's cool. By the way, KC Beer Co.
That's what we... No, I mean, that is legitimately... Not after this... I mean, maybe. Maybe I could talk to the people at KC Beer Co. Why they would sponsor us, I don't know.
But Sean made that gin and tonic perfect.
So strong.
It is insanely strong.
Okay.
I love it. It's like drinking a shot.
Well, actually, it's not gin and tonic. It's just gin and Sprite because...
Oh, maybe that's the difference.
Because I don't want to have...
I don't want to have a hangover in the morning.
Oh, yeah. That and true. But,
you didn't even think of that.
But it's best choice. It's not Sprite. It's like the best choice version of Sprite. So
Are we going to get in trouble
that's
for
not the
saying
same.
best choice?
What?
Are we going to get sued for naming things?
No, because we're not getting paid for this.
Good point. That's right.
And even
folks.
so, I don't...
Pro bono entertainment.
And so, anyway, I got the Sprite because I didn't want to have to keep limes around just so I could make a gin and tonic.
No, it makes sense because, like, I've made many gin and tonics without limes, and it's just been gin and tonic, like, straight up. No fucking lime, which is a very interesting, fun drink in itself.
No, but I love to have the lime, so
makes
that's
sense,
why. So what were we talking about?
We were talking
high heels, right?
Well, we talked about high heels, but I think we're also talking about experiences with eyeliner.
Oh, right, yes. Okay, yeah.
Because I wear eyeliner, and honestly, like all I've gotten, I haven't gotten any negative feedback.
What the
hell?
Wouldn't, because
I was expecting negative feedback.
You look good in it. You do it right. That was my problem. Not that anybody was in middle school was commenting on how bad I did it. They were just commenting on how that, like, yo, Sean, man. I don't want to tell you what they said to me, but
the fuck you wearing?
Yeah,
you're gay.
Yeah,
I'd imagine that's what you got.
Stuff like that. And if I was going to go cut myself after school or something.
Oh, you're so emo?
Yeah.
That game?
Yeah. And one day I wore black jeans.
And they thought you were emo.
And they thought I was emo.
Yep.
I'm sorry. They were the only jeans I had that were clean.
I know. Doesn't that get you?
And so, but yeah, you do it right. And people do give you compliments because I've seen plenty of people give you compliments.
I know. I've only gotten compliments.
Yes, but
I'm weirded out.
And I gave you a compliment because I'm pro guyliner.
Good man.
I really wish it was more of a thing.
Sometimes you want eye compliments.
And yes. But the thing is, I've seen in a few people's eyes that have given you compliments that's just that they're just saying it just so that they don't have to give you criticism for it or say what they really feel about it.
That they just want to tear my pants off with their teeth.
Which, you know what, those people can just, deal with it. He looks better than they do, so...
But honestly, like, if I saw somebody walk into a room wearing eyeliner and I was not wearing it, I'd be jealous.
That might also be...
I'd wish that I had the bravery to do it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they might hate it, but I really don't give a shit, to be truthful.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I hear is how you're supposed to wear it. They just don't care. I don't always wear, I don't always do it. It's just I'm doing it right now for funsies. Because I just feel like, what the hell? Why not?
So this has been 66 minutes of podcast over. How long are we wanting to make this podcast?
Well, I was going to ask you about that. Either 30 minutes or an hour.
I don't think people are going to be wanting to listen to us more than an hour. I think we can make this one maybe more than that.
Well, I think we can clock it out here pretty quick.
Oh, yeah, because you want to go to the bar.
Well, that's it. Help. Yeah.
Oh, well, anything you want to talk about?
No, actually, we covered all 4 of my topics. I normally would only...
You had 4 topics?
I did. You didn't even know.
Yeah, you slipped them in there well.
Thank you. I'm sneaky.
I think I only had 1.
Wow. I'm glad I'm carrying this conversation, John.
Well, because I didn't, my other ones can wait till another time.
Okay, do you want to know what mine were?
Well, I know it was eyeliner. It was the religion thing, and then what else?
Okay, so
Oh, you got them on your phone.
I do.
So that's probably why I wasn't doing a very good job of keeping track
It
of
was Snapchat hacked.
Oh, Snapchat, yes.
Agnostic Christian, picking up women at bars.
Picking up women. Well, that's gonna be something every time.
Experiences with eyeliner.
Experiences with eyeliner.
Yep.
Okay, good work. I think we did well. And I think so every week we'll probably take something out of my bookshelf and talk about it. I think hot words will be a great thing to do.
See if you can
week.
stump the mic.
Yeah. And
which you probably can.
And I think in the future we're gonna try to get some guests on here that people actually give a shit about. What else do you think we should have our listeners expect every week? Besides, like,
me
really,
to kick your mic stand?
Yeah, like bad sounds, like me adjusting my seat on my saggedy ass couch, which I bought from a friend of mine, and it is a little too saggy, I have to say.
I probably would love it. I don't know. I like where we're going. I like that we're just discovering the beast of what this podcast will be.
Yeah,
but just so people know, like, comment, like, feel free to, like, if you want us to talk about something, I'd love to hear your subjects.
The only people that are going to be listening to this are the people we ask
to listen to it.
Yeah. But yes, please let us know. And I would like it to be sort of different every week.
I'm fine with that. I don't need structure. I'm not type A. Maybe next week we'll talk about being type A.
I just farted if you heard that.
Good. All right, so this has been Michael Heuer.
And I think my name is Sean Bailey.
Most days. And this has been Much Ado About Anything.
Yes, thank you.
All right, guys, take care.